Ni hao. So the next lesson learned is on food. Oh, Chinese food. Let me be honest, for me, I enjoyed every minute of it. I loved Chinese food. I grew, my increased my weight 10 kgs in 2 months. I ate a lot, and it's because in China chicken is very cheap. So chicken was all over. We used to get chicken for 10 shillings, a whole burger like this for equivalent of 10 shillings. It was so awesome. So for me, food was not a problem. And that is something that people have been asking me. Do Chinese eat dogs? Do Chinese eat snakes? Do Chinese eat? Yes, Chinese eat everything. As long as it's edible, it's eaten. Chinese eat dog, but it's not the whole population that eat dog. There's a small community in China, west of China, that eats the dog. They even have a dog festival. Literally, a whole week. Wamechukua mbwa. You see the way as we hang cow in the butchers, then they hang those dogs. So yes, some photos that we see on Facebook of dogs being slaughtered and people buying, I believe some of it is true if they shot that festival, yes. So it is true that Chinese eat dogs, but not every one of them eats dog. It's a very small community that doesn't have a lot of food, so they eat dog. Do they eat rats? They do eat rats. And snakes, they eat snakes, but not all types of snakes. There's some river snakes that they have. They are more of the eel-looking kind of snake than python kind of snake. But it's also sold. They eat frogs. I remember in the supermarket we used to go to, there were some small snakes that they used to sell. Literally, you're going to choose which one you want. Yes, I want this one. I want this one. That was very interesting for me. I was like, this is in a supermarket like Carrefour or something, or Nakumat or Tuskys. You go and literally choose which type of snake you want. That was like, you people are funny. Another thing that I saw that was very interesting was snake wine. Snake wine was very intriguing because the restaurant I went to, literally there was a snake inside that bottle. So it's brandy, and I don't know which kind of gin and whatever that they put, and then they put a snake, a real snake inside it. That was, for me, was the most amazing thing, because I was like, wow, what is this? For me, I thought, as an African, you're like, hey, this is witchcraft or what? That one was really, really weird, because I was like, hey, you people. So when you ask them, what is the purpose of this snake wine? Definitely majority of the things that Chinese do that is illegal, like ivory, they all say it's all about nguvu za kiume. So I've learned that majority of these weird things that Chinese eat, they believe it will help them in the area of intimacy. Yes, let me just break it down like that. So for them, when they drink the snake wine, they believe that they get strength to perform. So it's very interesting. Another thing that I also saw that was very intriguing was Chinese eat every piece of a chicken, including the head. I was like, you guys, now this is too much. As I went for lunch, I was being invited for lunch, and I'm there staring, trying to get a nice piece, a nice thigh or a nice breast piece, and then, yeah, I saw the head with the eyes closed. I screamed, and then they're wondering, why are you screaming? I was like, what is this? And they tell me, yeah, we eat that. And I was like, okay, you people now have becoming very interesting. But Chinese really enjoy food. The majority of business deals anyway are done when they are eating. Chinese check your level of intelligence with how fast you learn to use the chopsticks. If they find you struggling with the chopsticks, they consider you very middle class, let me say, education-wise. But if you get it as fast, they believe that you're a very brilliant and an intelligent person. So that is what chopsticks. So Chinese don't have forks, they don't have spoons, they do not have knives. The way we set our tables, Chinese do not set their tables like that. Chinese have round tables, and those tables, the food is served in bowls. So they'll find a rice in one bowl, beef in another bowl, vegetables in another bowl. And they consider their food very healthy because they eat a lot of vegetables, they eat a lot of natural foods. The only thing that I think that they eat that is weird, but there's nothing. If I think about it, on their table, you will find everything and it's always balanced, but vegetables are more. Their best meat is pork and chicken. Beef is very expensive in China, but it's also there. They serve cold foods, they serve main course, they serve dessert, just like us. It's just that now everything comes to the same table. You know, for us now, when we have a soup, you start with soup, you finish your soup, and then the plate goes away. You take your main course, the plate goes away. The dessert you eat, and then the plate is taken. In China, everything comes to the same table. So you find bowls of fruits, bowls of, but there you eat all of them at once. But there's a standard. You start with the soup first, and then you go to the cold foods, and then the warm foods, and then the dessert. So Chinese food is it has a lot of variety. It is different in the different provinces that you visit, definitely. There are ones that they eat too much pepper, there are others that are eating too oily foods, there are others that eat a lot of rice, others eat a lot of noodles. So Chinese food is very, very broad. As a chef, it is going to be a very interesting thing if you decide to specialize in Chinese cuisine, because you will never get bored. Let me say, you'll never get bored because there's so much to work with. Other than that, any weird thing that I saw on a Chinese table? I don't think so. I think apart from eating peanuts with chopsticks, because I was like, hey, you people now this is to another whole new level. But it's possible for you to go to a Chinese hotel and they notice that you're struggling with chopsticks and they give you a spoon. But it's not a must. Majority of the times they won't. But if you go to their 5-star hotels, they have set up the way they set up in our hotels. So you will not feel out of place, because they know if there are foreigners who are coming, they try to accommodate the clients who are coming. So for us who are in the hospitality industry, I think that's something that we also need to think about. If you're in the hotel industry and Chinese people are your guests, I think these are things that we need to do. You need to research on how Chinese tables are arranged, how to arrange the table, where the boss will sit, because that is also something that is different. The person who always handles the money always faces the door. The person who's the big boss always faces, the one who makes, for example, if the door is behind you, the person who's paying the bill, the person who's in charge of the money is the one who's seated here. So the door is immediately behind the person, is literally behind. And then the boss is on the other side. So he's looking at the door. So that is how you know the big boss in China. In a Chinese table, literally in a restaurant, they arrange it like that. So do not ever put the big boss face and his back is facing the door. That is disrespect in Chinese culture. You're literally going to lose business because of that. So when you need to consider these things, you need to consider seating arrangement. You need to consider what food comes in first and which one doesn't. You need to consider what food to even serve. Dignitaries are served more of beautiful meats, luxurious, desserts, but you need to know how to serve them. You need to know where green tea comes in, because every Chinese table has to have green tea. If it's not green tea, it is hot water. So you need to understand where tea comes in. You need to understand how even this green tea is prepared. The thing that I've always somebody has asked me before was, how do you know which is good quality tea in China? I said, any type of tea that is expensive, that is good quality tea. You can never say that this tea is good, this one is good by the look. By the look, you won't know. But by the price, you will be able to know. So anything that is expensive, buy that tea. By now, we already know that Chinese tea, there's also slimming tea. There's also green tea that helps you with your digestion. So tea also has a variety on its own. Tea is another whole new video on its own. But all that is included in food. Other than that, I think that's it about food. If you have any questions, definitely you will ask me when you see this video. So join me in my next lesson learned. 谢谢，再见。